Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing. Cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Friday, ladies and gentlemen, the first one of the season. We got a 12-game card to talk about and break down, ladies and gentlemen, man. Coming off a good night, 2-0 last night. There was 2 games. We cashed them both. I had them both on the premium side. Cashed our NBA play of the day. We have the Indiana Pacers plus the points. They continue to be a money-making machine at home at the crib. Thunder Buddies now 0-2 ATS to start the season. Damn, it's kind of crazy. And then we had Golden State money line. What a game that was. Both overtime games last night, man. Good night of hoops. We cashed. We try to keep momentum rolling forward and keep it rolling, man. We've now cashed our last 3 premium plays in the NBA. We dropped our first 2. We've cashed the next 3. So just looking to keep momentum rolling forward into my favorite day of the week, man. Money Making Friday. Money Making Friday, man. I got an NBA play of the night for you guys tonight. You guys can scoop up over at Pickdawgz Premium. I also think you should think about hopping on something long-term. A weekend pass, monthly, seasonal, yearly, daily, however you want to do it. You can do it over at Pickdawgz Premium, man. But I'm going to break down every single game right here, right now. And let you guys know my thoughts and how I see tonight's action playing out. Smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this with a friend. Share this with your betting group chat. I know you got one. Let's do what we do, man. We just kick the crap out of the books, betting hoops. Buckle up. Let's get ready to do what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. First game of the day. Got the Milwaukee Bucks out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors, 1.5-point home favorites in this one. That may be surprising to some. It's not surprising to me, man. Remember, the Raptors were a money-making machine last year. They were the number 2 ATS team in the NBA behind only the Oklahoma City Thunder, who were historically the best ATS team ever. But Toronto was pretty damn good themselves. 48-33-1 ATS. They covered in 59% of their games last year. And you look at this roster, Toronto's a tough place to play. I understand it. You know, the Milwaukee Bucks, I said this the other day. We took them the other day here on the Jam Session against the worst team in the league, the Washington Wizards. And my words in that game were, I think Giannis will do enough against the worst team in the league. I trust Giannis to take Milwaukee at home season opener. Now on the road, Giannis game time decision. He's likely going to play, but he's not 100%. He dominated the Wizards, but I don't see him dominating the Raptors in that same way on the road in this spot. Kevin Porter Jr. also out for Milwaukee. I don't love the supporting cast around Giannis this season. I don't. They got to prove it to me. Raptors a money-making machine. We trust them at home, at the crib. I still don't think the general public has caught on to the Raptors quite yet. On a Friday, this is a sharp line. And it's a sharp play. It's the right play, I believe. I'm on Toronto. I'll lay the 1.5 here in our first game of the day. We'll keep it rolling. We got the Atlanta Hawks out on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Magic, 4.5-point home favorites in this one. Total 235.5. The Hawks look disgusting in game 1. Guess who they played? The Raptors. The Raptors took them boys behind the woodshed. 138-118. A 20-point road win for the Raptors in that spot. Not encouraging to see Atlanta get blitzed like that home opener. Now they're going on the road playing a really good Orlando Magic team, a Magic team I'm extremely high on. Magic, they did not cover in their first game against Miami. I didn't even have Orlando as a premium that first game. We talked about that game. Miami, Orlando, in-state rivalry, those 2 teams always play each other tough. But here in this spot, I do think Orlando is 2 possessions better than the Hawks, especially what we saw from the Hawks the other night. I don't want to overreact too much. I do think the Hawks are better than what they showed the other night, but now on the road playing a really good Magic team that's really good defensively, and they're going to figure things out offensively as the season progresses. Y'all already know we love cashing tickets with Orlando at home, at the crib. over the past 2 seasons combined, they still have been one of the most profitable home ATS teams in the league. I'm on the Magic here in this one, man. Some think this may be a slight bounce back spot for Atlanta. I could see why they think that. I just disagree with them. I think Orlando is the better basketball team. They come out hooping tonight, win this game fairly comfortably. Give me the Magic. I'm going to lay the points here in this one. We keep rolling, man. We keep it on rolling on this money-making Friday. Next game up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Nets, 12.5-point home favorites. Won't spend too much time on this one. Cleveland should take Brooklyn behind the woodshed. I did not like what I saw from Brooklyn whatsoever. They got beat up by Charlotte, in that on the road in their first game. They do come home here, but with Cleveland coming off the loss to New York, they probably going to see blood, especially on a Friday night. Still in New York, man. I think they ball on Brooklyn. You got to remember who Cleveland was last year. They were the third best ATS team in the NBA. They were a money-making machine themselves. 52, 38, and 1 ATS last season, covered in 57.8, so about 58% of their games last year. Just not overcomplicating things. You feel me? Cleveland is head and shoulders the better team. Coming off the nasty loss to the Knicks, they probably take their frustration out on the other New York team, the New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, whatever you want to call them. Not really a good basketball team right now, so just give me Cleveland. I'll lay the huge number. Keep it rolling. Got a good game here. We got the Celtics out on the road facing the New York Knicks. Total 229.5. Everybody knows I'm a Knicks hater. I think they're overrated and overvalued. They gonna kill me in the comments. I actually like them tonight, though. I like what I saw from them night one against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Remember, the Cavs beat the Knicks all 4 regular season games last year, so that was a good sign to see the Knicks go and get that win at home to begin their season. Keep an eye on the injury report. Josh Hart is game time decision today. Mitchell Robinson's still out, and Karl-Anthony Towns and Anunoby are on the injury report as game time decisions, although I am expecting them to play. For Boston, everybody's in except for Tatum. He's out. I won't keep talking about it, but there's still some new people that are probably just betting their first couple games in the NBA on a Friday. So Tatum's out for a good amount of time. The Celtics, I didn't like how they looked fourth quarter against the Sixers. You let rookie VJ Edgecombe do you nasty and Tyrese Maxey go for 40. Yeah, well, what's Brunson going to do? With all his minions. I like Boston. I think they're still going to be a good team in the East this year. I just don't think this is a good spot for them up in Madison Square Garden. So I'm leaning towards the Knicks. Will I put money on the Knicks? Probably not. I'm a hater. But I do like the spot for them, all jokes aside. They are head and shoulders the better basketball team in this one. And honestly, I don't think they're overrated and overvalued in this spot. They might actually be a little underrated and undervalued in this spot, to be honest with you. We'll see how it plays out. Lean towards the Knicks. I personally probably won't bet this game, though. When you keep it rolling. Detroit Pistons, they're out on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Rockets land 6.5 on Detroit. Rockets, man, they lost a tough one their first game of the season out on the road to the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. What a game that was, man. Double OT game. Rockets played them extremely tough, man. They really probably should have won that game, just being honest. They had multiple chances to put Oklahoma City to sleep, and they just couldn't do it. A couple blunders, fourth quarter, overtime, that kind of cost them the game. I do think they're better than the Pistons. I like betting the Houston Rockets at home, at the crib, man. They're a money-making machine at home. I don't know if I'm rushing to lay 6.5 in this spot, though. I know the Detroit Pistons were extremely disappointing in their first game against the Chicago Bulls. 6.5 feels a little excessive to me. I still don't know exactly who these two teams are. I'm not in love with the Rockets starting lineup. I still want to see more from Amen Thompson running the guard spot. His brother might be guarding him today, who kind of knows his game a little bit. We'll see. we'll see how this game ends up playing out. I think the Pistons play these boys pretty tough though tonight. Um, I know they were disappointing in game one. I told y'all in that game one for Detroit, I'm laying points on the road with that team. I'm not ready to do that yet. But getting multiple possessions in our back pocket against good teams is where we like betting the Pistons. And the Rockets still running this unorthodox lineup. I'm going to take Detroit here. Plus the points here in this one. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we head over to Miami, where the Grizzlies, we head over to Memphis, where the Grizzlies are 2.5-point home favorites over the Miami Heat. Keep an eye on the injury report for this game. Caldwell Pope is game time decision. Ja Morant is game time decision. I expect Ja Morant to play. I'm not really sure what's up with KCP. We know Terry Rozier. We know what's up with him, man. That's really the only huge injury to talk about for Miami, unless you don't know that Tyler Hero will miss extended amount of time. So Miami, they played Orlando pretty tough in that game one in Orlando. Not surprising. In-state rivalry. If you know the rivalry between those two teams, you know, we bet the Magic a lot here on the Jam Session. So we know how tough Miami always plays the Magic. No shocker that game came right down to the wire. I'm not in love with this Miami team, though. Some people are. I'm not one of them. I think Memphis gets this done at home tonight. Memphis is just a different team, monster and animal at home at the crib. Memphis is of that ilk of stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. Friday night in Memphis, man, fading the Grizzlies. You're insane. That's how I see it. I'm on Memphis here in this one, man. I'm just not sugarcoating it. I just think they hoop. I like what I saw from them second half against the Pelicans. They could have folded, laid down. Instead, they fought, came back, won, and covered in that game. Fading them in Memphis is just not smart. On the road, we can find our spots and we can do so. But at home, under a bucket, I'm on the Grizzlies. I'll lay the points here in this one. We keep it rolling, man. We keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Spurs 3.5-point home favorites in this one, or road favorites in this one. This is my fade the world, fade the public play. I know Wemby looked, there's no words to really describe how he looked in that game one. Absolutely obliterated the Mavs. But expecting this team to win by multiple possessions on the road, I'm just not there with them yet. So with that being said, I'm on the Pelicans plus the points in this one. The Pelicans played Memphis extremely tough. In Memphis, they just folded late in that game. At home opener Friday night, I think the fans show up, and I think the Pelicans play the Spurs hard. I really do. And I think the entire world is going to overreact based on what they seen the other night and take the Spurs in this one. This is probably going to be the most lopsided handle of the day. I think 90% of the money will be on San Antonio. I get it. I'm not trying to tell you here I don't understand why. And the Spurs are the better team and will be the better team full season. This is just a Friday night spot play for me. Fade the world, fade the public. New Orleans at home opener. I think they ball. Give me the Pelicans plus the points here in this one. We got the Mavs at home at the crib with the Washington Wizards rolling in. Mavs should flood them. I'm not betting this game, though. Wizards are, I think, the worst team in the NBA. I don't trust them whatsoever. Mavs need a huge win. Laying double digits with this team, though, is kind of nasty, especially with how bad they looked offensively the other night. So, you know, they're running Cooper Flagg, a rookie, at point guard. He's never been a point guard in his career. So the ball movement wasn't really there. Then you got Anthony Davis taking long twos and shit. The offense just was terrible. So I'm not rushing to lay this many points with an offense that looked as bad as their offense did the other night. But they played probably one of the better defensive teams in the league in the Spurs. Now they're playing the worst team in the league, the Wizards. If there was a night where it all came together and it's supposed to come together, it's tonight at home against the Wizards, Friday night. You feel me? Am I rushing to bet it? No. Should they flood the Wizards, though? They should. We'll see what happens. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we got my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers at home at the crib. Minnesota T-Wolves rolling in. Injury report. LeBron's out, of course. Everybody's in for the T-Wolves. Jay, you're biased. Jay, we're tired of the biased plays. You don't gotta take it. You don't gotta rock with me. I like the Lakers here in this one, though. I do. Playoff revenge for the Lakers. Minnesota. They are the better team. I don't love the spot for them here in this one. I think this is a Friday night at home Lakers spot, Luka Magic spot. That's just how I feel. And I'm just here to tell y'all my thoughts, my opinions, and how I see it playing out. Luka and Ant probably go band for band in this one, and we'll see what happens. But I've seen Luka torch the T-Wolves multiple times. I've seen him do it. We just saw him go for 40, 13, and 9 the other night. I think he has another insane stat line. I would probably look at taking some of his overs. The T-Wolves do have a pretty good defense to throw at him with guys like McDaniels, I believe Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but I still think the Lakers, man. I don't know. I just got a gut feeling the Lakers pull this game out tonight, man. Luka Magic, Friday night Laker Magic, Staples Center or Crypto Arena now, home win. Like, come on, man. That's just how I feel. So I can only tell you how I feel, man. I'm on the Lakers in this one. Straight up ML attacking the plus money. Warriors, Blazers. Warriors 1.5 point road favorites. Total 226.5. Terrible spot for the Warriors. Back end of a back-to-back with travel. Coming off an overtime game. Terrible spot. Terrible. With that being said, I'm on the Golden State Warriors. I'm laying the 1.5. It's early in the season. I'm not too worried about back-to-back spots and things like that. I'm pretty sure the Warriors are aware how deep the West is this year, and they need every win. So if there was a spot early season to kind of ignore back-to-back, I think it would be this one. You know, and then I don't like what's going on in Portland. They heard coach just got fucking arrested by the FBI. I think they said Tiago Splitter is the interim head coach. Fading Portland in Portland isn't fun. I went and looked at all of the stats from last season with these two teams. So here they are. The Warriors on a back end of a back-to-back, they were 50. They were 500. I think they were 7-7 ATS. So the Blazers with the rest advantage, they were 500. So the only thing that really was in the Blazers' favor is just them as a home underdog. They were pretty money last year. But other than that, man, I'm still on the Warriors, man. Did y'all see them boys play last night? Like, I get it, man. Later in the season, this is a spot we would be on Portland. But early season, like only 3 games in, these guys are fresh, man. And I think they come out balling again. So they understand that every game counts this year in the West, and they need every last one of them to get a good seed. And you start to look at their record since acquiring Jimmy Butler, man, this team don't lose a whole lot of games, and I don't think they lose this one. I'm taking Golden State, man. I think this is an overreaction. I think a lot of people will take Portland here. It's a good spot to take them later season. I just don't think it's a good spot to take them today. See what happens. Jazz, Kings. Them Jazz look good game 1 of the season, man. Them Jazz look good. Beat up on the Clippers as 10.5 point dogs at home. If you watch the jam session, you know, man, we love the Jazz at home over the duration since the jam session has started. Last year, they weren't as profitable. We kind of left them alone, but seeing them do that the other night at home was encouraging. I got to be back on them in Utah. The Kings, they were beating up on the Suns the other night. Pretty much, they were up 20 in the second quarter. Then they collapsed in the second half. Phoenix came back, won, and covered in that game. Keep an eye on the injury report for this one is what I'll tell you. I want to know if Sabonis is playing or not. He's the guy that makes this team go. Right now, he's listed as game time decision. So with a hamstring injury. So I don't You know what I mean? I don't want to. This is a game I likely will not bet. I still don't know exactly who these two teams will be this season. Um, Forced to play it, I low key want to take the Jazz. I think a lot of people may think that that game from them the other night was a fluke. This team might got something. This team might got something. We'll see. Small lean for me on Utah in this one. And last game of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Clippers at home at the crib, laying 9.5 points on the Phoenix Suns. The Clippers at home last year were a money-making machine. Remember, they built a new arena. They got an unfair advantage that no other team has. They have a wall that is kind of crazy when you look at it. And when you start to dive into the numbers and how good they were at home, the Clippers were the fourth best ATS team last year. A lot of people are on the Clippers today. They laid an absolute egg in Utah, so this should be a bounce back spot for them at home where they were dominant ATS last year. The line kind of indicates that too, with them being this sizable of a favorite. I think they're overrated and overvalued. And until they show me that they're not who they were the other night, I want to fade them. I'm taking Phoenix with all these points in my back pocket. Yes, I know Phoenix was down a ton of points the other night to Sacramento, but I loved how they played second half. I really loved how they looked second half. And if they can replicate that for an entire 4 quarters, hell, they might win this game outright. I'm higher on the Suns than the general public. I think a lot of people think the Suns are a team that lost Kevin Durant and will be worse. Crazy to say, I think they lost Kevin Durant and will be better this season. I think they compete with the Clippers down to the final whistle here in this one. And I'm going to take the Suns plus the points, and I might sprinkle a little bit on the outright money line. Too good of a plus money price not to, especially with how disgusting the Clippers looked the other night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this show and the episodes that I produce. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. However you want to do it, you can do it over at Pickdawgz Premium. Weekly, monthly, yearly, seasonal, daily, weekend, however you want to do it, man, we could do it. I say hop on a 3-day pass. Try me out for the weekend, man. We got a ton of action this weekend. NBA all weekend, college football tomorrow, NFL on Sunday, Major League Baseball World Series is here. I'm covering it all, man. If I like it, I'm betting it. So hop on with your guy, man, and let's do some damage this weekend. Let's make some money. Smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 12-game card on a Friday. Money making Friday. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.